Welcome to the Chris and Sam podcast. Pull up a bar stool and join us for a random conversation, guaranteed to make you think or your money back.
Hey guys, welcome to the Chris and Sam podcast. My name is Sam.
And I'm Chris.
That is Chris. He's trying to get in before I can finish my my intro here. Sitting across from me is Chris, the man that likes talking about me more than himself when he goes to networking events. That's not weird at all.
Yeah, we're a married couple. Don't you know that? That's what everybody thinks now.
Yeah, pretty much. Chris just likes telling people about my amazing stories when I'm not there.
Oh, because, you know, it's bragging when you just talk about your own stories all the time.
That's true.
So talking about your stories is like, you know, bragging, second level bragging, because it's like, well, you know, I know him. Yeah.
Yeah. No one else knows who I am, but at least you do. So thanks for listening to the podcast.
Yes, thank you for being here, for joining us. And I'm randomly just trying to find my
you don't know
list.
What's going on.
I have no idea
I know what's going on, so it's the main thing.
Okay. You take it away then, Sam.
So since the last episode, last week, we went and saw a movie called Deathgasm.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was awesome.
I really, really liked it. I really liked it.
Yeah, I really liked it too. And not just because of the lead character chick, but
Kimberly
quite a
Crossman.
lot because of her. But not all because of her, but quite a lot because of her.
There was Chris eyes going on there.
Oh, definitely.
No, I don't know. I just liked it in general.
I mean, it was zany. I think, and there will inevitably be that, is it like, you know, what do you call it? Comparison to Peter Jackson films. You know, it is. It's a little bit out there. It's a little bit over the top. Well, it's totally over the top. That's the whole point. A lot of gore. But yeah, it was a good story. There was some great laughs in there. I don't think there was anything. I think I might be wrong here. Now, Adam will tell me if I'm wrong, and then I'll have a tuition apology.
Yes, you
will.
will.
I think Adam said he liked it more than Housebound.
Oh, okay. I didn't.
Yeah.
I'm not sure on that. I liked it more than I Survived a Zombie Holocaust.
Yeah.
Which is also a great film.
Oh, yeah, that's a great film.
Don't get me wrong. It's
yes,
cool.
Sorry, Harley. And Guy. But yeah, I don't know. I definitely, like, of the three of them, I probably like Housebound the better one.
I still need to see that.
Oh, you haven't seen it yet?
No.
Yeah, so I've got it actually. But Housebound's good because the story, I just like the story. It has so many twists, you don't know what's happening.
Yeah.
Whereas the other two are they're linear, you know? Oh, we've raised a demon and we need to sort it out. And the other ones, you know from the beginning that there's zombies in the village and it's a zombie movie. Like, there's no pretense there.
No.
Whereas Housebound's got some real plot twists. And you think it's a one type of movie, and then it becomes a different type of movie, and then it becomes a different type of movie.
Okay.
So you think it's a poltergeist or something, and then you think it's a Jason-style movie, then you think it's something else. So for that reason alone, I prefer Housebound. But that's just me. Yeah.
Well, that's good.
All of them great movies. What was your favourite line or quip or whatever?
I cracked up when he was siphoning that diesel.
Oh. Yeah, I'd forgotten all about that. That really was funny. I like the bit where his cousin or whatever comes in and
that was good.
And he's like he's normal, but yeah, I can't give it away. You'll see it and you'll crack up and you'll know. So Deathgasm is not everybody's cup of tea, but definitely I think it was excellent, and yeah, I want to see it again.
Yeah, I would.
Would you rate it higher than Turbo Kid?
Didn't see Turbo Kid.
Oh, you didn't, did you?
There.
Oh, damn.
Would you rate it higher than Turbo Kid then?
I think it was probably more entertaining than Turbo Kid. Like, they are very different films, and I like both of them. So there's no problem there. But I think if you had a random selection of people at your house and you go put a DVD on, I think more people would have a laugh.
Yeah.
Or get it.
Yeah. With
Deathgasm than Turbo Kid. So we have our flatmate Tash, by whom we should judge all movies.
She'd hate all of them.
She hates everything. She hasn't watched Star Wars yet. She doesn't know who Darth Vader is.
No, she can't see the point in it yet.
Yeah, she can't see the point, but she can see the point in watching E! Channel. So who knows? I don't get it. But if you used her as the criteria for measuring things, she would not get Turbo Kid at all.
No.
Deathgasm should moan and bitch about it, but should at least have a couple of laughs, I think.
Oh, yeah, true, I
Yeah.
see.
So-
yeah.
So that's my very flawed, subjective, objective sort of thing.
You'll be quite proud of me, Chris. Guess what I checked out last night?
What did you check?
My
out?
clout score.
Oh, did you? What's your clout score?
39.
I was just going to say, fuck, please not be as good as mine. Because if he beat me in my clout score, I'd be... we don't want to even go there.
Yeah, apparently Chris thinks a clout score, which if you're listening to, you probably don't even know what it is. It's a measurement of social media activity.
Yeah, it's an
right?
aggregate score. The idea was it was an aggregate score when it first came out 2 years ago or 3 years ago now.
You've got a book on it, eh?
Yeah, I bought a book on it called Return on Influence. I forgot the name of the author escapes me right now. But the idea that it would go through a lot more platforms, and it's actually shrunk.
Yeah.
So
because
I used to
people
have
are thinking it's a waste of time.
possibly right, almost definitely.
Okay.
The idea was, I think the idea was sound, and they had a lot of people were getting free shit because they had a high clout score.
Yeah.
And the way it was being promoted was, hey, look, if you can reach these high influencers and you give them a free hotel upgrade or airline upgrade and they tweet about it or tell people, it's a much better use of your advertising budget.
Yeah.
Which still makes sense, it's still good. But clout was going to be there was actually 3 different measuring things.
Okay.
There's 2 main ones. I've forgotten the name of the
They're
other one.
about as important then.
Yeah.
No one can remember them.
I can't remember.
Actually, there was a reason I checked it out.
Yeah.
The reason is it's hooked up to my Twitter account, which my main one is WebSam, that you can find me on Twitter under that name. And it measures retweets and stuff. And I got this retweet the other day, and I know I told you about this. And it was like, okay, someone's retweeted something of mine, and I haven't been active on Twitter much lately on that account at all.
Yeah.
Really. I think I'm just over it. I'm over Twitter. Anyway.
And this is somebody who was like one of the biggest Twitter users in the country.
No, only by default of running Twitter Secret Santa.
Yeah.
As an individual, no one ever replies to me or comments to me. No one cares. There's bigger people out there doing less stuff than I am and getting bigger rewards. But apart from that, I got this retweet and I was like, oh, that's cool. Someone's retweeted something of mine. And you click on it and it shows you the tweet. And at some point I wrote, does anyone know of a free, easy-to-use CAD program so I can draw a floor plan of a building or a room or something? And I was like, when did I tweet that? Because in my brain, I've got a pretty good memory, but I'm thinking, I haven't done that recently. Why are they retweeting it? Anyway, it was from 6 years ago.
Yeah, why would somebody retweet that? Like, if you said 6 years ago, I saw this movie and I really liked it, or I found a really cool resource, that's worthy of a retweet. But a question, maybe.
Yeah.
But a question from 6 years ago, why
made
would you?
No sense.
No.
So anyway, that's reflected in my clout score because who knows?
Yeah. So my clout score is, well, last I checked was 59.
Yes.
And I don't know. I was probably maybe hopeful that I could get some free shit.
What they
with
need
my
to
clout
do
score.
is join clout to Tinder, and then maybe you'd get somewhere because they'd go
A Clint score.
No, but
Clouder score. Oh, whatever.
yeah, you could swipe and go, oh my god, no, too low, too high. But I did have a play with your Tinder the other day.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
That's why I'm leading into that because I am to me, it is completely foreign.
I haven't even looked at it since he played on my Tinder, so I'm actually now you've just reminded me that you did. I'm like, oh crap! I'm going to have to go in there.
He's probably got messages.
Oh, bollocks!
So you swipe left if it's a nope, and right if you like the look of these people.
Yeah.
There's more than a couple of photos. I'm sure everyone knows how Tinder works. If not, look it up. But the weird thing, and I just find this weird on a couple of levels, is obviously there's a lot of single mums on there.
Yeah.
And they've got photos, but there's a lot of photos of their kids. Just, like, lots of them. It's really weird. Like, one... And the other thing with the photos on there is, you know how people take... You know, you always post the best-looking photo of you possible.
Yeah, well, that's what you should do anyway.
Yeah, well, some of these Tinder people have posted the worst photo ever. Here I am.
Well,
holding a
hopefully
weird cat.
that's not their best photo, because
Well, if it is, you're in deep, deep trouble, and no one's ever going to try and connect with you.
yeah, I know. It's funny because Tinder, obviously I don't use it. I've never actually chatted to somebody on Tinder. It's just that odd thing that I put it on at a party. I've looked at it once every 3 or 4 months when I've remembered I've got it on there. I've gone swiping through, sweet, and then I've forgotten about it for another couple of months. And then I'll go back, and I have had a couple of messages, and I'm like, oh yeah, this person messaged me 3 months ago. I'm not going to reply because that's like 3
But
months
there
ago.
is... Oh, I saw a post the other day, and I think it was like a funny post, but someone said, always have a photo of... Oh, what was it? It was something really weird, and it was a guy, and he said, you always put a photo of this on there.
A puppy?
No, it was something really bizarre. It wasn't like that, but he said guaranteed conversation starter. Someone will always connect with you. So I'll have to find that out for you.
Oh yeah,
You
do
know.
that. We should do some testing. There was a
You should do some
podcast. Okay, I should do some testing. There's a really good podcast, Tim Ferriss show, I think, and he interviewed this guy, and the guy did all this data mining, like
right.
how they go
Yeah,
overboard in that podcast, on how to get the dating websites working in that, and what the best things to say and what the best things. It was fascinating, and I thought, ooh. And he said, I just tested it. I just did a profile and did this, and then I did this and just tested all the results.
Yeah.
I'm like, that would be quite fun, and it might be a good thing to podcast about. I know the Guy and Harley podcast have already had their Tinder segment.
Well, that's gone now.
It's gone now because they both got girlfriends. So maybe we should carry that torch forward.
Maybe we should, and do it as a bit of an experiment.
Yeah,
and do some random photos with you.
Hey, just while we're here, and this is something I haven't mentioned to you before. So your Twitter name is WebSam, as we've mentioned. Mine is The Profit Wizard.
Yes,
Right.
of course it is. I was thinking last night you should change that. Anyway,
that's what I was thinking too, because
Yes.
it's actually become.
Chris is rebranding himself. If you didn't know,
Yeah. So I've stopped introducing myself at the bar as the Profit Wizard, and now I'm going to start introducing myself at the bar as Chris Hanlon.
his actual name. Oh my
Yeah.
God, people! What a revelation that is.
Well, maybe I'll have longer conversations. Maybe I'll have shorter ones. Who knows? Anyway, but what's involved with that? If I change my the Profit Wizard to
Yes.
Chris Hanlon NZ or something like that,
You keep all your followers.
Everything
Stays the same.
Oh, yeah.
You just confuse a few people. You really confuse people if you change your photo. If you change your photo and your name, people will be like, if they didn't know your name originally.
Okay, so if I tweet everybody and go, hey, I'm changing my handle to something normal.
I think it all carries on like normal. I've seen people do that before, because sometimes if you haven't been on for a while, you'll come back and there'll be someone new, and you're like, who is this person?
And now, this might sound totally irrelevant, but it's totally relevant to me. My Gmail account is the same, the Profit Wizard at Gmail.
Yes.
Can I change that?
No. You have to create a brand new account.
And can I create a new account and link it back in? I think you can, eh?
You can get your new one to check your old one.
Yeah.
I think, but they're not linked as such. So there's ways around it.
Yeah.
But it's good to have that.
Yeah, so I think I'm retiring the Profit Wizard. You heard it here first, folks.
Because you've just been to a networking event. You went to the Waikato networking.
Yeah, we went to the Waikato networking event.
Spoke about me a little bit.
And talked about Sam pretty much the whole time.
Yeah, because that's what he tells me when he gets back. He's like, "Oh, I've just been."
Because Sam was supposed to be coming along. He goes, "It's too far to go," and I was like, "Damn, we were talking about pumpkins, pumpkin festivals. We were talking about bloody. I can't remember what we were talking about. I told you everything, but there was a whole bunch of stuff. So anyway, didn't really talk much about me. Talked a little bit about temporary fencing because that's what I was there for.
Yes, that's right. Chris is there.
By the way, if this podcast is being sponsored by TSC Hire, if you want some temporary fencing for your event or worksite, please give me a call.
Yeah, but don't forget the bouncy castles. I see you got a new Superman one.
Have we?
Yeah, it's on your Facebook page. Come on, Chris. It came
Dude,
up on my
I
feed.
have no idea.
They got like 2 or 3 new ones, and one's Superman standing at the back of a bouncy castle.
They've locked me out of all these other sheets, so I can't do anything. So I booked some what do you call it? Penciled in bookings for VMS boards. Those are the big visual
road sign,
yeah,
orange things usually.
Yeah, and because I had a potential booking for like 5 months worth. It was worth thousands of dollars. It was great.
Yeah,
for a big job. But these guys lost the tender. They didn't get it.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, oh, okay. So I rang them up and said, is this still happening in October? And he goes, oh no, we didn't win the tender. So yeah, and I said, all right, that's right. I'll go and cancel it. Can't cancel it. I'm now read only. I can't do anything. So bouncy castle, that I have no idea. I've been told not to sell any in Hamilton. So it's just like
shocking.
Okay, I would stick with fencing.
Yeah,
it's all good. Fencing is cool. It's where it's at.
We started off with Tinder in that conversation, which is fine, and it's an app. I've actually been playing with this new app. It's called Poster, Postr.
Oh yeah.
And I found out about it via an ad in Twitter, and I don't normally click them, but I clicked this one. It's a New Zealand. Oh well, it's set up for New Zealand. I'm not sure if it is a New Zealand-based app. I should say that. And it basically does a lock screen on your phone. I can't actually show it to you because I keep playing with my phone. But when you open it up, it has New Zealand Herald, and it has the stories, and you can scroll up and down them. And if you want to unlock your phone, go right. And if you want to read the New Zealand Herald story that you're looking at, go left. It then, on the next screen across, it then has grab one deals. And you scroll through, and you can left if you want to look at them, and right. And then you can have a motivational quote or a picture come up, either or. That's up to you. That's in the settings. And then once in a blue moon, an ad comes up. Now, so far, I've had an ad for the Maori television channel and an ad for some frozen bananas that Hell Pizza are selling.
I've got frozen bananas in the freezer. It's cheat day today. We've got to eat.
Yes.
Cool. Sweet. Sorry.
And every time I get an advert, as long as it's somehow on my phone for half an hour or I look at it or something, I don't know, I get 3 cents. So for the last 2.5 days, I've made 39 cents.
Wow.
And like you can apparently in the comments, people were making like $20 from doing nothing, just on their phone. So we will see how this goes.
It's Well, we have just made quite a bit more money than that.
Oh yes, this is the diet bet update.
Diet bet update.
We made it. Yeah, that's a bit of Thunderbirds tune about this.
Anyway, we made it, and some of us by the skin of our teeth, sort of. Well, actually, overmade it. So Thursday.
Yeah, talk us through the process of how Chris loses a lot of weight very quickly. So
I knew that I was a little on the heavier side. My target goal weight was 89.9 for Thursday morning. So I had no dinner the night before. I drank very little. I had 1 glass of wine and a sip of water. I got up in the morning and went to the toilet to try and lose a little weight. Then I went down in my brief shorts.
Yes.
And my jogging shorts, the lightest pair I have. Weighed myself and I was 90.4.
What did you have to be?
89.9.
Oh.
So I went, right, that's it. I got another pair of shorts on, a rubbish bag, T-shirt.
A plastic black rubbish bag, folks.
Yeah.
Makes that into a shirt.
Puts a T-shirt over the top of it. Well, actually, I wasn't going to. I was just going to run out with that. And
that would have been way funnier.
Tash goes, are you going to put a shirt over there? I'm like, oh, hadn't thought of that. Put a shirt over it. Okay, good call. So, yes, I put a shirt over it. Running shoes and stuff, and went for a run. So I ran for 57 minutes. I non-stop.
You looked like death when you came back when I saw you.
Oh, dude, I haven't run for years. And I must say one thing. I think that diet helped a lot because I don't think I would have the energy to just get up and run 57 minutes.
Yes.
Before on my previous diet. Anyway, so and the last bit, which is probably why I looked like death, was I got back and it was still 10 minutes because I thought, I'll do an hour. I took off thinking I'd do half an hour, but then I thought, I'll do an hour. And I came back and I was just at home and it's like 10 minutes, so I'll go around the block. So we have a reasonably steep hill out the top.
We do. Everyone in town likes running up this hill.
So I started jogging and building up speed until I got to a sprint at the top of the hill. My lungs were pumping out of my mouth. by the time I got to the top, and so I jogged around the block, back in, got in, dried myself off, obviously, and weighed myself, and I was now 87.9. So I lost 1.6 kilos. Actually, when I did the official weigh-in, I had to hold the phone so I could weigh the scales, and the phone must be 200 grams because my official weigh-in was 88.1.
So it was 24 to 48 hours for them to make sure everyone weighed in.
Yep.
And then they just sent us a message this morning. So out of the 20...
So first of all, Sam got declined on his weigh-in. I didn't. I
got declined because they couldn't see the image on the scales.
Yeah.
That was it.
It's because you had a crap phone. But
yeah,
anyway.
We know that. And then I took another photo and it got approved within about 30 seconds.
Yep.
That wasn't really a story, Chris. just saying.
But what happened with you? What was your goal weight and what did you weigh in at?
I've got the app here and it might show me if I'm lucky. I started at 108.6, I think it was.
Yep.
And I had to be 104 point something or other, and I ended up at 103 point... I was 5.2 kilos I lost anyway.
Cool.
So
well done.
5.2 kilos in 4 weeks. We got the notification today of actually what we got paid. So we put in $30 in the 4 weeks. The New Zealand dollars turned to crap. So we are getting $70.71 back, which equates to about
what did our
$110.
$30 cost us the first time? It was $50
bucks,
wasn't it?
46, I think.
Yeah, that'd be right.
Is
47 bucks ish.
Yeah.
Yeah. I paid a day or something after you, I think. Yeah. And so we're getting $71 American back, and that's worth
10 according to the old currency converter online.
Yeah. So we more than doubled our money.
Woohoo!
Yeah, we should just...
Or
they give you an option. They go, do you want to roll this over into another diet bet?
And we do have a project on the go that's sort of involving diet.
Yeah,
we're not going to mention it.
We won't talk about that now. But yeah,
we've got something in the works.
It's worked something up, which I think our listeners will enjoy, Sam.
I hope so.
Yes, I think.
Are you much of a Pokemon person? Do you know what Pokemon is?
Yellow Japanese cartoon character thing.
That's just one of the characters. That's Pikachu. That's what that yellow thing is that you're talking about.
Oh, okay.
So the gist of it is Pokemon are these things that live around in the world. These trainers, or whatever you want to call them, catch them with that ball thing, and then they train them up, and then they battle each other. That's the gist of it. And they release, I don't know, I think there's 150, or there might be more now. I'm not sure. There's only so many of them, and depends on who trains them, the abilities they get, and how good they are, and all this crap. I don't know too much about it, but
that doesn't make any sense to me at all. But anyway,
I do know a little bit more about it than you, obviously. Well, they've just announced that the people that make Pokemon, in conjunction with Niantic, is it, that makes the GPS game?
Yeah. Yeah, I know what you're talking
Can't think of
about.
what it's called. But they are making a Pokemon Go, is the game that they're bringing out for mobile devices at the start of next year.
Yeah.
And it means you will be a Pokemon trainer. You will travel around wherever you are. You can go, it'll say there's a Pokemon 300 meters away from you. You go and capture it. Then you will be able to train it on the game. And then you will be able to battle other people with it. And I think...
And that's all in an app?
Yes.
And do you have to be location-wise close to somebody to battle?
I don't know.
The location game he mentioned before, which we both played in the past, was Ingress.
Yes, which Google brought out.
Yeah. Or Niantic was the company that was doing it. But
yeah. So
Google,
they've got the technology behind it.
Funded it.
I think people have wanted a game like this for a very long time.
Yeah.
But the technology's never been there. It's now there, so I think there's going to be...
You know what will be next? And I don't know if this is part of it or whether I just missed it, but I think it'll be an iteration, will be the augmented reality, where you lift up the thing and you'll see the Pokemon on the screen.
Possibly. I think it's going to be a massive, massive game. I mean, there's heaps of hype already online about it.
Yeah. So. Yeah, well, we should get the Lush Monster's thoughts on this one.
We should. We need to track him down.
He has a Pikachu...
I bet he does.
Stuffed toy.
Oh, of course he does.
Yeah, I mean, because...
I'm going to end this podcast.
Oh, are we already at the end?
No, I'm not ending it now. I'm going to end it with something. I'm just going to bring it up. Do you remember episode 19 of the Chris and Sam podcast?
No.
I actually was thinking, because I had to look back and find out when the story was, and in my brain I was like, I'm sure it's episode 19, and it was, and that just freaked me out a little bit before.
Yeah. Okay.
So do you remember a Kickstarter project, and I may have ranted about it a little bit?
Are we talking about the Nope?
No, that's that's next level, lose the plot. I think that was episode 13. No, episode 19 was a New Zealand guy that was trying to get...
Oh, the fizzy bottle stopper thing.
Yeah, it was called the Can Tab.
That's right,
He wanted lots and lots of money for this little plastic knob thing that goes into the top of the can.
That's right, yeah.
So, and it was like, he had no idea how Kickstarter worked, and one of the levels
Rewards?
was like paying $500 and you got 4 of them, and that was it.
Just like, oh my god.
So my friend, long-time listener, fan of the show, Sarah, sent me a picture yesterday, and I was like blown away. I also was working last night, so I worked to 11. So after that, I went to Kmart, and because they are open till midnight, and I got something, Chris. Are you prepared for this?
Oh my god!
He doesn't know.
He's reaching into his jacket.
I know.
Well, I'm guessing what it is
my
now.
jacket. It's not on my pants. Do you want to explain what that is, Chris?
Homemaker brand, which is a Kmart only brand, isn't
generic
it?
Kmart brand.
Set of 6 can saver lids. So it's a screw top lid that actually pops over the top of a can.
Yes. How many's in that packet?
6.
How much did that packet cost me? Do you think?
I would be surprised if you paid more than $2 for this.
Yep, $2.
Ah, God, I'm good.
Yep. So I think that's just blown Cantab dude out of the water, because obviously
four for $500.
for something that never got made, that no one really wanted, that seemed like a really stupid idea. This one cost you $2. No one cares if you lose it. No one cares if it breaks. It has a cap on top, so it turns a can into a sort of weird bottle, which is, I think, good. I don't have a can with me. I forgot to buy one earlier to test it with.
Yeah.
I know. I think, and it just blew me away that this guy had this narrow vision of this product and may not have researched it at all. Like, I don't know how long Kmart's been selling these for, but
I've got to say, I really enjoy. I've always enjoyed Dragon's Den, and recently, of course, we've got Shark Tank on TV now, and Sam knows what I'm like. I watch Shark Tank, and he's sitting there with me when I'm watching it, and I get right involved with this. I
think if a 0900 number came up on the screen and said, you can supply money to this, Chris would pull out his credit card.
Oh, dude, but I like take it really seriously, and I'm like, yeah, okay. So they valued the company at X, Y, Z, da 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 da. This guy's going to say yes. This guy's going to say no. I know what they're going to say, and I'm like, yeah, that's overvalued. That's ridiculous. This isn't going to work. But yeah, I find that the most entertaining shit on TV. I mean, seriously, it's just
pretty good.
Amazing what people's perceptions are, and. I don't know. People should really watch that with an eye to learn stuff, because that program is an education. It really is.
It's very good. And I think next episode we're going to have to bring back some Kickstarter Dropkick.
Oh, yeah. Have we got something in mind? Or?
No, I'll find something. And this actually goes on the inside of the can. It's got the...
I was going to say, because it looked a bit small.
It does look very small, eh? But if you look at the picture, I think it's on the inside of the lip of the can.
Oh, right. Pops inside the can.
Yeah. So we will get a photo of this and hopefully find a can and try it out.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Well,
it's our cheat day today. So although the diet bet has finished, we are maintaining the diet, although I sort of cheated a lot last night as well.
Yeah, we're attempting.
But, I mean, hey, I've got to celebrate. So today is a cheat day, so we might get some Pepsi Max or something and cans and test this out. I've got some beer, but I'm going to the gym at 4 o'clock because it's Les Mills launch day today. So
what's their launch day for? Is it a new?
They went group fitness when they have new plans. That's why I said we could bring you along.
Quick conversation I had yesterday with my ex. There's a chick she used to work with at a daycare centre. She's lost half her body weight. She sometimes teaches at Les Mills, apparently. I don't know what classes she does. And she's now going to run Les Mills in Dubai for women. So,
Wow.
yeah. It's just unreal, but it's almost like a cult.
Oh, yeah, Les Mills. I mean, I've been there a long time. I have a whole bunch of friends that I only know from Les Mills.
Yeah.
Like Tash was my flatmate from Les Mills. I met
Yeah.
her there, and that's how she became a flatmate. For a lot of people, Les Mills, which is a gym if you're overseas and don't know what it is the social fabric. And for me, it probably is the thing I used to do most of my socializing. Now I hang out with film guys and stuff. And so big yell out quickly to the Daredevil guys. So
Yes.
Ben and Sash finished Daredevil. They
It was a bit touch and go near the end.
yeah. We had a bit of trouble with getting the acrobat to do the stunt
Fancy
fill-in
stuff,
work.
yep.
But I caught up with Samuel from Incorporated Martial Arts. He stepped in at the last minute. Poor bugger had a cold. He was like dying of the flu, but he could do these butterfly kicks, which is like a no-handed cartwheel.
Yeah.
It was funny though. Do you remember when we did Only Humane and they taught the dog to lie down and they did it for ages and then he goes, I want them to lie down the other way?
Yeah.
Well, we had this thing with this butterfly kick. I'm like, okay, so we've already filmed all this. I'm coming up from behind Sash from here and I'm going to stab him. And he does this cartwheel to the left and the guy goes, oh, I've only practiced it to the right.
Yeah.
And he's wearing the Daredevil mask, so he is virtually blind. Can't see anything. Can't see the ground, which is a problem when you're doing somersaults and shit.
Yeah. It would be.
Yeah. So he had to twist and then do it. Like he had to swap feet and do it.
Oh,
so
right.
he'd do it the same way around because just couldn't do it.
Yeah.
I mean, we had no mats. It was all concrete and
Yeah,
stuff.
good work there.
And so it was fascinating. But yeah, no, good work on them. So they got it in on time, submitted. We haven't heard from Armageddon whether it's been accepted or not. So if you're a bit of a nerd, which possibly could be the case if you're listening to this podcast,
Or just podcasts in general.
you'll probably want to go to Armageddon in Auckland if you're in New Zealand. And on the Friday, I believe they have these fan films. This is the first time they've done the fan film competition.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I believe it is because I've never heard of it before, and I think it's the first time. And so, yeah, the Daredevil. Look out for the Daredevil one. You'll see me in it. I'm.
Looks grumpy.
Yeah, I look
He's
grumpy.
grumpy dwarf.
Yeah, I'm the commando type dude. Oh, well, I'm a thug that just happens to wear a camouflage jacket, and I get beaten up a lot.
Yeah.
So my acting is about looking grumpy, looking scared, looking unconscious. That's about it.
Sounds good.
So big shout out to those guys. Also, Mime is a short film that's being done at the moment.
Just keep talking, Chris. It's
Yeah,
fine.
I am. Because we want to do a plug for Mime. So
We do.
if you go to...
Give a little .co.nz.
That's the one, thank you. And you can search for Mime, M-I-M-E.
And you can spare a couple of bucks, and it's
Yeah.
well worthwhile.
Oh, please do. A friend of ours, Paige, has been helping us with movies. She was the first AD on Only Humane. She's an upcoming star in the whole movie industry, I think, in New Zealand.
Yeah,
so
I
she's
think
going to be
definitely going to be
a big name, in years to come. So help her out. This is her first film. She's got a couple of professional actors in it, so she's trying to get the money to do it all. I've thrown in $40 there. Not suggesting you have to do the same, but $5 would be good if you can spare it. And if you can't even do that, but you want to support people, just share that link out. We will have the link on the Chris and Sam podcast.
Yeah, we'll
and
put it on the Facebook.
We'll
and
tweet it out
tweet
as well
it
shortly.
Yep.
Yeah. So there you go. All right.
That wraps up this episode for this week.
Yes, excellent stuff. And we had no comment about Chris Eyes. That was awesome.
No,
Great.
but if you really, really, really want it, like really, really, really want it, please let us know. And I've got the best photo ever from Chris's past. It's actually on his wedding day. And it's full on Chris Eyes and a look of disgust on his new bride. It's amazing, but I'm only going to post it if you ask for it. So I need lots and lots of comments on that.
You don't want to see it. Just don't. No comments. It's
All your
not.
It's amazing.
It's not.
All
It's
your
just boring.
Christmases
It's
come at once. Anyway, we better go. Check us out on Facebook.com, Twitter.
And a shout out to Guy and Harley, because Chris Eyes managed to get into their latest podcast as well.
Yes. That was a great answer. Have you listened to it yet?
Yeah, no, I listened to it. It was
good.
It was good. The whole podcast was pretty good, actually. I mean, it was good. It was fun. So yeah, it was funny talking about me on there.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, so anyway, until next week.
Until next week, have a great week and
Stay
go out
safe
and do
out
something
there.
amazing.
And see ya.
See you.
Hope you enjoyed the show. Make sure to subscribe and we'll catch you next week. Don't forget to tell your friend.